This week we're heading to Canada to talk about one of North America's biggest megaprojects, but you've probably never heard of it. A $30 new liquefied natural gas or LNG plant. Large investment in the Canadian economy. Investment into Canada's oil and natural gas industry circulates back into the economy, benefiting all Canadians. Oil and natural gas investment will reach $40 billion in 2023. When this enormous new facility in Canada completes in a few years, though, it could provide a much-needed new source of fuel that'll reach far and wide, as well as a big economic boost. What exactly is this megaproject and why does it require digging up such a huge chunk of this stunning landscape? Canada is one of the world's biggest producers of natural gas, but unlike the US, Qatar and Australia, it doesn't have any way of exporting it overseas. Hence why Canada is now building its first LNG scheme, set to cost more than CAD $40 billion in total. LNG Canada will initially consist of 2 trains, or processing units, that will receive and process natural gas, converting it into LNG ready for shipping. These 2 units will have the capacity to produce 14 million tons of LNG per year. There is the possibility of expanding the facility to include up to 4 processing units in the future. The project has strong support from the local community, including indigenous First Nations, as well as from the local government. The project partners are also working to ensure that sustainable development is considered in every aspect of the project. The project has been designed to achieve the lowest carbon intensity of any LNG project in operation today, aided by the partial use of hydropower. LNG Canada is a long-life asset that will initially export LNG from 2 processing units or trains, totaling 14 million tons per annum, with the potential to expand to 4 trains in the future. It is advantaged by access to abundant, low-cost natural gas from British Columbia's vast resources and the relatively short shipping distance to North Asia, which is about 50% shorter than from the U.S. Gulf of Mexico and avoids the Panama Canal. The LNG export facility will be constructed using proven industry technology on a large, partially developed industrial site, with an existing deep water port, roads, rail, and power supplies. With construction now over 70% complete, the terminal is set to come online sometime in the middle of this decade. As for where all this gas is likely to go, Asia is the main target. It's the next closest continent to Canada's west coast. Many countries here are dependent on gas that has to be imported. Is said to be Canada's first liquefied natural gas export terminal. The first phase is expected to begin shipments around 2025, with global demand for natural gas from sources other than Russia accelerating after its invasion of Ukraine last year. LNG Canada is weighing whether to build by 2030 a second phase to double annual capacity to 28 million tons. Ottawa wants to develop a Canadian LNG industry to boost the economy, but has also pledged to cut emissions by at least 40% by 2030. Electrifying Phase 2 is expected to be more expensive than using natural gas. The utility expects to have more than enough power until the end of the decade and is planning for scenarios including rapid growth from mining and LNG development. In your opinion, is oil and natural gas investment will reach $40 billion in 2023 in Canada? Write your opinion in the comments. And here we are at the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share the video and subscribe to the channel.